Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Pleasant Plains, Illinois, Pleasant Plains High School, as TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is here to cover IHSA Class 2A sectional semifinals tonight. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling is bringing you Bomber Sports here this evening, and I'm Dwayne Hulett. John Burton is alongside on camera and talking because he is multi-talented.
Absolutely. I don't know if I'd go that far, but
we are here to bring you what should be some great volleyball. The Bombers come in at 27-9, Pleasant Plains 28-9. The second match is going to be just about as good. Petersburg Porta and Illini West, the Chargers, who both got regional wins last week, obviously. The Bombers won at Macomb in historic fashion, beating QND, and the number 2 seed in the subsectional was Pleasant Plains. They made it through. Oddly enough, neither number 1 seed made it through from subsectional play to play here tonight. So some upsets on the one sides. The 2s did their job and got through.
Yeah, and it's really interesting, as you mentioned, both number 1 seeds not advancing on. That just goes to show you that seeding doesn't always matter. And like you said, Macomb comes into this game at number 5. They're the lowest seed left in this sectional. So we'll see if they can get it done against a pretty tough Plains team here tonight. I'm excited to see how they warm up here, get a quick preview of the action. Again, this is a team that neither you or I are seen throughout the season, so it's going to be fresh faces and a fresh matchup for us.
Very similar in stature to the Bombers, so things will be similar in that way. The records are similar. Talked to Coach Rex wrote today during a Macomb Downtown Athletic Club meeting. She said the teams have played a few similar opponents, and those games were similar. The losses were losses, the wins were wins. So it will be interesting to see how this one shakes out. But 2 very good teams. I know a lot of people surprised maybe that Macomb got a number 5 seed in the subsectional. They beat Monmouth Roseville, but not until the game before postseason started, so you can't really count that one. But they had beaten Illini West earlier in the year at Macomb, and Illini West got the number 2 seed and overall, and then Pleasant Plains was above them as well, along with Monmouth Roseville. So it's really, Bombers came in a little unsuspecting and with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, I think.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, they knocked off the number 2 seed Illini West, who will be in action later tonight, playing at 7 o'clock against Porta.
We'll have that game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. Just as you mentioned, both these teams, their records are basically even. Coach Retro said that the teams were basically even. Watching them hit, they don't look so as overpowering, I guess, as QND maybe attacking-wise, but that doesn't always mean anything. Neither is Monmouth Roseville, and they were the 4 seed in the sectional too.
Right.
Really, when it comes down to this, it's all about good serving and great defense to get to carry you a long way.
Exactly right. So looking back at how Pleasant Plains got here, of course, as we said, they are 28-9. They did not have to play on Monday of last week like Macomb did. However, they beat Pittsfield on Tuesday night, 25-18, 25-13. And then on Thursday night, Pleasant Plains down to Athens, 25-19, 25-18. They were at the Verdon Regional. Then we go down to the Macomb Regional. Of course, Macomb had to play on Monday night. They defeated Beardstown 25-5, 25-9, took care of work, business very easily there. On Tuesday night, they defeated Monmouth Roseville for the second time in exactly a week, 25-18, 25-15. And then the game that I think surprised a lot of people outside of Macomb was Macomb defeating Quincy Notre Dame 25-18, 25-14, and getting a regional championship win on their home court. First time they've been able to beat QND in the last 4 years in the postseason.
Yeah, I kind of talked about this at the end of that game last week, how kind of fitting it is that last year QND lost to Macomb during the regular season and then ended up ending Macomb seasons in the sectionals. And then this year is kind of a reversal. QND, took the regular season matchup, and Macomb was able to put them away last week. So it's definitely going to be really interesting. Macomb looked really good during that game. QND kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit. A lot of service errors, a couple hitting errors, but definitely to take away from this Bombers team as they are hungry to capture this sectional title.
I know Coach Rexroth said this afternoon in Macomb that in their first meeting, the Bombers had 27 errors in a 2-set loss to Quincy Notre Dame. On Thursday night, they had just 13 errors. Whenever you can control your hitting, control your serving errors, control your hitting errors, and your passing errors, you have an obviously much better shot of winning the game. You know, transversely, Q&D had many more errors, and a key thing about errors, most of them are unforced, right? So Q&D made a large number of errors on Thursday night.
Yeah, but I don't think Macomb fans are going to complain about that too much. They did punch their ticket here to the sectional semifinal, and again taking on the number 2 seed here tonight. So on paper, you knock off the number 1, should have an easy time with the number 2, but you know those things don't always shake out that way.
No, they definitely don't. Tim Smith is watching. Thank you for watching. Says good luck, Macomb. Donna Stortzum is watching per usual from Pennsylvania. Thank you for watching again, Donna, as we are just about, a minute away from doing starting lineups. I'm not sure if they'll do the national anthem prior to the first game or in between the games. You know, that's the thing, that those kind of things we're not privy to all the time, and it seems like every place does things differently, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. Sometimes it's before the first of the 2 games. Sometimes it's before the second of the 2 games. And
we will be remiss if we didn't talk about how cool this gymnasium is.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. I think you mentioned earlier this is kind of a new section of the school. It's definitely one of the nicer schools that I've been to since we started covering these games all over the place.
Hey, pull that out so people can kind of see that they got a running track around the top of this place. And I'm telling you what, folks.
They got the college scoreboard up there.
Yeah, the top row set of bleachers are steep. They are not the normal let's gently walk up the bleachers kind of thing. They are high-stepping bleachers. They are not for the faint of heart to get up here. Every time I step off here, I feel like I'm going to fall down.
Yeah, but being up this high, we kind of talked about this before the game, it gets you a little bit of a different angle than you would at, like, say, MHS, where you're probably up a similar height but way further back. This one, you're up high and almost right over the court.
I want to say hi to Sharon Larson, who is watching tonight as well. Thanks for joining us as the buzzer sounds, and we're just about ready to go with, as I said, we'll see if we do starting lineups or if we do the national anthem, then the starting lineups. It was pretty cool. I was doing the game Thursday night at Western Illinois University on ESPN+, and Jackie Adair came out and watched her sister Kennedy play after the regional championship, so that was pretty cool.
Looks like we're going to get lined up for the national anthem, it appears.
I'll step aside. I'll let John talk to you a little bit here. I'm going to turn my microphone up so you folks can hear the national anthem. I believe I heard somebody say somebody's going to sing it. So the national anthem is in the books, and I will mention both of the next two teams are already here. The Illini West Chargers are sitting right down here to our right. Saw Porter come in a few minutes ago as we get ready for the starting lineups.
The visiting team, Pleasant Plains Cardinals, we announce first, the
The visiting team, Pleasant Plains, will be the home team on the scoreboard. So we get ready to go with the starting lineups here.
Your Pleasant Plains Cardinals. Number 11, senior Zoe Hildebrand. Number 19, junior Ella Little-Johnson. Number 12, sophomore Willow Billion. Number 4, sophomore Anna Weber. Number 10, senior Cindy McAfee. Number 14, senior Claire Long. And number 9, your libero, senior Paige Overberg. Cardinals are coached by Denise DeFore and assisted by Vanessa Payne and Michaela Love. Now time for the starting lineup for the home team. Number 3, junior Kylie Robinson. Number 4, junior Jackie Adair. Number 17, junior Madeline McClure. Number 8, junior Quinn Rexford. Number 1, junior Catherine Lucarin. Number 9, senior Taylor Adair. At number 2, your libero, Ellie Duncan. The Bombers are coached by Brianna Rexroth and assisted by Hillary Hughes and Corey Behet. The officials for tonight's match are Emery Appleby, Tammy Miner, Paul Pinkham.
So the starting lineups have been announced. That means it's just about ready to go here. Mary Vanonic is watching tonight. Joy Baker watching again tonight as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Should be a very, very good matchup as we get ready to go here tonight.
One thing you got to mention, we talk about this a lot, but the Macomb student section travels so well.
Well, they had a fan bus tonight, actually.
Yeah. Well, I noticed another thing while they were announcing starting lineups. Of course, they announced Pleasant Plains first. The Macomb student section was facing the wall instead of the court. So I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. Maybe a little shot at this Plains team, but they almost have more people here than Pleasant Plains does.
Yeah, there's a huge student section for the Bombers, that's for sure. So the right back will be Kylie Robinson for the Bombers. Right front, Jackie Adair. Middle front will be Madeline McClure. Left front will be Quinn Rexroth. Left back will be Catherine Lucarin, and middle back will be Taylor Adair. I'm guessing Duncan will come in for Taylor Adair, as she does. Looks like the setter for the Cardinals is going to be number 19, Ella Wilcoxon. We'll see if I'm right on that. She's up there at the net with number 12, Willow Milkent. Kylie Robinson set to serve things off. It's time for sectional volleyball on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. It's going to be near side. I was backwards on the setter. A 4-hit call right off the back. The setter is number 12, Milkent, and it was Wilkinson on the hit. It's a point for the Bombers as they start things off on the scoreboard first.
So brought to the outside. Nice dig up there by Robinson. The Bombers able to send the free ball back through.
Middle on the attack. The block by Madeline McClure. The hit was by Zoe Hildebrand, a block for Madeline McClure, and it's 2-0 Bombers. Madeline McClure has been playing very well at the net down the stretch here for Macomb. That's a service error, out of bounds, side out to the Cardinals. Back to serve first is going to be number 11, Zoe Hildebrand. Short serve, Duncan went down to get it, popped up by McClure, hit across by Lucanen, dug up. Going to be set backside on the right side, in on the kill. That was number 12, Willow Milkent. She'll get her first kill, and the first point of the match for the Cardinals goes to Hildebrand. We're tied at 2. Rexroth, back set, Jackie Adair, dug up. Be a bump set. Milkent with the back set, and that attack from the back row by Sydney McAfee goes out of bounds. A hitting error, side out Bombers. They lead 3-2. Jackie Adair goes back to serve now for the Bombers. 3-2, her team with the lead. Let's serve is dug up. Gonna be near side. Attack by Weber. Outside Lucanen, tips it across, and down it goes. Catherine Lucanen, her first touch results in a kill for the Bombers. Jackie Adair gets her first service point. Back row attack again by Weber. Dug up, Lucaren's going to send it across. What a job by the Bombers to get that one across. Outside, and another hitting error. This time it was by Wilcoxon, and the Bombers lead 5-2.
Bombers playing great defense so far here tonight. We saw a nice dig up earlier on. That one there kind of ricocheted between two Bombers, and Lucanen was able to pop it through.
Tipped across. Robinson goes down to get it. McClure is going to bump it across. It's going to be fall again. And the Bombers just getting to everything right now. John McClure gets the kill.
Yeah, Robinson did a nice job there. Dug that one up on the tip. Was able to score a point for the Bombers, and they lead 6-2.
A timeout on the floor is going to be charged to the Cardinals. We'll take one as well, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
A lot of people don't realize that you don't have to live with the dizziness day to day, especially concussions as well, that we can treat those things here. Same with pain. You don't have to live with the pain that you're experiencing. We have the ability to help you.
And welcome back to Pleasant Plains High School. Dwayne Hulett. There you see Coach Rexroth on the camera. John Burton doing some commentary and camera work tonight. And John, a very good start for Macomb High.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really ask for much better. Lucanen was able to get, I think they only have one kill on the night right now, thanks to Lucanen on that tip across. But just playing really, really solid defense. Robinson, we just saw, made a nice play. Duncan made a great play earlier on a ball, and just keeping the ball off the floor, and that's kind of the whole point.
Jackie Adair has 3 service points, working for her 4th right here. It's dug by the libero, number 9, Weatherford. That's off the block, dug by Robinson. Out to Lucanen, and that is out. Sent that one sailing out the back. Nearly hit the fan section with it, in all honesty. And it is a side out. Stortzum's going to check in for Jackie Adair. Going back to serve, I believe, going to be number 10, Sydney McAfee. Bump set by Rexroth. Lucanen is going to send one deep. Weatherford's there. Set near side. No, that is not 10 in the back. I'll have to see who that server was. Rexroth's going to tip it across. It's going to come to the net. Dug up. Free ball pushed across. Stortzum's there. Rexroth. Lucanen from the middle. Down and off the block. Going to call a lift. Lucanen will get the side out and the kill. Her second. That was number 17 back serving. I apologize. Izzy Lynch. Back to serve is Emily Westerhold, the very strong serving freshman for the Bombers, and she served it into the net. Announcer's jinx got her right there. I apologize. I want to say hi to Chad Derry, who's watching tonight. if anybody is able to get us a score on Southeastern, we really wanted to be there to cover that one tonight. We didn't get the okay to do it until this morning and just couldn't find enough staff to get it done. Robinson, now bump set is hit and down by Lucarenin. Another kill for her third.
Yeah, Bombers feeding Lucarenin early. We've kind of seen throughout the postseason run, Lucarenin maybe are kind of spreading around the sugar a little bit, but it's been all Lucarenin doing the heavy lifting for the Bombers so far.
Quinn Rexroth back to serve for MHS. Weatherford with the dig. Rexroth just dug that with her face, I'm afraid. That was a huge hit by number 10, Sydney McAfee, and that was a blistering shot, and Rexroth just stands up laughing about it, but man, oh man, that was a big one. Back to serve is Paige Weatherford. Janice Gates, thanks for joining us. Trouble for Duncan. Taylor Adair, who's back in, gets hit. Weatherford with the dig. Outside it comes again. And across and down the kill for Sydney McAfee, her second in a row. And Weatherford gets the service point. It's only the second service point of the match for the Pleasant Plains Cardinals, but they only trail by 2, 8-6. Duncan can't control that one. It's an ace for Paige Weatherford. And it's a 1-point game. Pleasant Plains clawing their way back in. Don't forget the Illini West Porta match will be on the next stream after this one. We'll close this one out and come back with that one. Not a good pass again, but Adair's going to get a chance to hit it. McAfee with the dig. McAfee from the 10-foot line now. Stortsom with the dig. Rexroth, back set. Taylor Adair, she can't get to it. Not a good set. And we are tied on the hitting error.
Nice run here by the Cardinals, and that's going to force a timeout on the Macomb side. We're tied at 8. After a nice run there by the Cardinals, able to crawl back into this one.
This game being brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.lbsalescars.com to check out their inventory. And Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. Well, we've talked about on many occasions how volleyball is a game of runs, John, and the Pleasant Plains Cardinals are on one.
Yeah, absolutely, and they really have all the momentum right now. Started off on the big kill from McAfee there. She picked up 2 in a row and then a service ace, and that's kind of how we got to where we're at. All the momentum right now on the Cardinal sides. Bombers got to slow them down.
Weatherford has served 3 straight, looking for her 4th and a lead for the first time for the Cardinals. It's out, though, a service error coming out of the timeout, and how many times do you see that?
I know we talk about that a lot. It's very common, it seems like.
Catherine Lucarenin is back to serve. She's got 3 kills. She's going to try to get some points at the service night now with her team up 9-8. Off the block, dug by Duncan. Jackie Adair, dug by Weatherford. Set by Frazee. Now Rexroth's going to tip it across. It's dug up. McAfee's going to set it out right side. It's into the net. They call a touch. Middle, tipped across, and she jumped early on the quick. Did number 11, Willow Milken. No, excuse me, number 11, Zoe Hildebrand. She gets her first kill, and the side out, we're tied at 9. Back to serve is number 10, Sydney McAfee. That was Adair. Now Taylor Adair with the hit. Bump set coming out of system. McAfee from the back row. Now Macomb out of system. Duncan to Jackie Adair. It's blocked. Duncan got an arm on it. Couldn't do anything with it. The block by number 15, Jordan Butcher. and number 11, Hildebrand.
Cardinals take their first lead of the set on the big block there. A little bit of trouble. Duncan's able to send the free ball through. So it's set to the backside once again. Off the block of the Bombers. Duncan keeps it alive. Fought for at the net. That one might have been out of bounds.
McAfee from the back row and gets the kill. She also gets her second service point. That's her third kill. 11-9 now as the Cardinals trying to pull away a little bit here. Bombers led 6-2 at one point. Jackie Adair into the net, a hitting error, did not get touched. Point to the Cardinals. 3 straight now for McAfee.
Yeah, the wheel's starting to fall off a little bit for the Bombers. You got to get things under control and find a way to get back to the service line, pick up a side out, and crawl back into it.
An overpass was tipped down. Kelly Ladd with the hit, dug up. Outside it comes on the attack. A tip is over with a free ball. Now middle it comes to Hildebrand, Hildebrand gets the kill, her second. McAfee has served 4 straight. The Suns are losing 20-10 in the first set in their sectional matchup. And there's a service there by McAfee. Bombers get the serve back, 13-10 now. They trail by 3. Taylor Adair back to serve for the Bombers. Checking in for the Bombers is Madeline McClure. Emily Westerhold takes the seat.
Got to do something with the serve here. If you're the Bombers, don't want to give it right back. Got to cut down on the airs here.
And a service error.
That's what we talked about.
Thank you, Chad Derry. I appreciate the update. Coming in to serve is number 14, Claire Long. Into the front row as well, number 12, Willow Milkent. Long back to serve. And it's a service error. Anything you can do, I can do better. And the Bombers get a little help there, and Kylie Robinson comes back in to serve. Robinson served 2 points in her first service to give the Bombers a 2-0 lead before a first side out. We have made it through a first rotation. Weatherford. Now it's going to be set by Long. Tipped across and down. A kill for Milkent. Willow Milkent gets the kill, her second. And back to serve is going to be Zoe Hildebrand.
And really the upfront play from the Cardinals, they've just been dominating, really just having their way up there at the net, basically able to hit it wherever they want, able to get it down.
Blocks by the Plains Cardinals. Now Lukarinen's going to drive it off the block of number 4, Anna Weber. And Lukarinen from the back row is going to get her 4th kill. And a side out for the Bombers.
I like that. I like that there from Lukarinen. Gets the kill, comes to the huddle, trying to get her teammates hyped up there. You can see her nod her head, yelling something to them, trying to get the Bombers back into it.
Jackie Adair with a serve. McAfee from the back row. Quinn Rexroth, a slide to McClure. It's blocked down and a kill on the block by Ella Wilkinson. Her first block, and it's a side out back to the Cardinals.
Well scouted there from the Cardinals. We've seen McClure able to connect on that slide throughout some of this postseason run, but set the block up nicely there on this near sideline. Was able to drop it right back down.
Izzy Lynch replaces Ella Wilcoxon, and it's Izzy Lynch to serve things up now. Robinson. Lukarinen tips it across. It's dug up that time by Long. Now McAfee on the attack and in. A kill for McAfee, and it's 17-12. McAfee having a night. She's got 4 kills. Lynch gets her first service point. Trying for a second here for the Cardinals. Outside, Lukarinen is going to bump that one across. Oh, it dropped much shorter than anticipated. It's going to be pushed across. Robinson's there. That's going to be Rexroth pushing across. That's 2. It's going to have to be pushed back across. 4 hits. And Izzy Lynch tried to be a little a little cutesy with that one, John, trying to just barely get it over the net and didn't give it enough oomph.
Yeah, not quite enough, and it's time for the Bombers. They got to get back into this one, got to go on a run here. You trail by 4 late in this one, starting to come towards the end of set number 1. Got to pick up some points.
Emily Westerhold to serve it up. Deep. Lynch is there. Set to McAfee. Dug up by Lucarenin. Stortzum does a great job of tracking it down, but not a good pass when she got there. Side out to the Cardinals. Coming in, I believe, to serve will be Addie Frice. In Iowa, that's Frazee, but I don't know if it is here or not. Timeout on the floor, charged to the Bombers. It's their second timeout. We'll take a break as well, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
And welcome back to Pleasant Plains High School as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. John Burton is alongside. Bombers trail 18-13 here in set number 1 to the home Pleasant Plains Cardinals. And a couple teams that are going to play next are here watching intently of this one. And Pleasant Plains right now, John, is putting on quite a show.
Yeah, it was Bombers early on, took the 6-2 lead, but Pleasant Plains turned things up a little bit, started to kind of track down some of these hits by the Bombers, and again, the upfront play has been huge. 2 blocks on the night already, a couple kills here and there. McAfee has been great for them. So we'll see if they can continue playing well. Bombers need to put up a stop here.
Suns have cut it to 22-19 in their sectional first set. Off the block, Lucarenin on the attack. Here's McAfee from the 10-foot line, and she's going to drop it in front of a diving Duncan. McAfee gets her 5th kill, and a point for Frazee. And the Cardinals taking control here in set number 1, 19-13. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate the update. As I said, we wish we were there covering it. If they can get a win, we'll try to be there Wednesday. Lucarenin on the tip, and she's going to get the kill for the Bombers. Catherine Lucarenin gets her 5th kill. Bombers only have 6 kills unofficially, 5 of them by Lucarenin, 1 by Madeline McClure. And back to serve is going to be Quinn Rexroth for the Bombers. McAfee with the dig, serve receive. Pushed across or attempted to again, as that was Weber who left that one short, and Rexroth gets her first service point. Rexroth's serve is in, an ace for Quinn Rexroth. Second straight point for the Bombers. They cut the lead to 3 at 19-16. A low hard serve. McAfee went to get it. Not a good pass. The attack from the outside's off the block. That was Butcher. From the back row, Jackie. Oh, what a job of hustle to get back there, but Jackie Adair from the back row. But who was that? The setter, number 7, Addie Frazee. What a job of hustle, John, to get back there. It just didn't quite work out. We'll give Adair the kill.
Yeah, did a nice job getting to that one. Had a play on it, just couldn't connect on the other end with that pass.
Tipped across, Rexroth's there. Dunk and a bump set. Out to Lucarenin, dug up by Lynch. Near side McAfee from the 10-foot line. Lucarenin's there again. Rexroth, back row attack, Jackie Adair again. Dug by Weatherford, a great pass, but it's going to be a bump set. Backside on the attack. That was Adair on the dig. It's going to be a nice pass this time. Lynch comes near side to McAfee. She had to punch it across. Bump set. Adair Taylor Adair, the hitting error, tried to use the bump set from Luke Harrinan, and it's going to be a hitting error for the Bombers, 20-17. But the Bombers did close the gap a little bit there. John Weatherford back to serve now. The libero, number 9, Paige Weatherford.
Yeah, did a nice job picking up some points there, but going to need a few more in a hurry. Cardinals just 5 points away from closing it out.
Luke Harrinan from the right side, off the block and down. Catherine Luke Harrinan gets her 6th kill of set number 1, and the Bombers have closed the gap back to 2, and Luke Harrinan will go back to serve. A game of runs it has been. Lynch went down to get that one. No, that wasn't. It was not Lynch. That's off the block. Jackie Adair hit it off the block into the antenna, and the Bombers are down by 1. Jackie Adair, her 2nd kill. Luke Harrinan gets her 1st service point. Luke Harrinan switches sides now, serves from the right side. The dig back there by Hildebrand. Hit across and out of bounds. We're tied at 20. Timeout, Cardinals. 20-20 here in set number 1. The Bombers were down by 6, and they've rallied back to take the game to a 5-point run now. It's 20-20 here in set number 1, and we're brought to you by, well, never mind, I deleted it. We'll come back to that. Suns drop set 1, 25-21 to Decatur Unity. So the Suns are 1 set away from their season coming to an end, unfortunately. We'll see how that, if they can come back and get a 2-set win. Of course, they are playing without Amanda Stevens, which they've had to do the last part of the season here. John, it's a big run for the Bombers right now, and if they can get a lead here, it would be huge.
Yeah, as you mentioned, we're getting late in this one. Bombers have trailed through a majority of sort of like the middle portion of this set number 1, but you got to put a run together here. Can't have any service errors, hitting errors. Don't want to give the side out back to the Cardinals.
Trouble on serve receive. It's going to be a free ball to the Bombers. Luke Harrinan, Rexroth, middle, blocked, dug up out of the net, pushed across by Luke Harrinan. Lynch is there. Middle, Hildebrand gets the kill. Hildebrand gets her 3rd kill, and it is a point for the Cardinals. They lead 21-20. McAfee going back to serve for the Cardinals. An ace as Jackie Adair got caught in no man's land, and it's an ace for Sydney McAfee, her 5th point, 1st ace. She was the one that served him into the lead earlier today in set number 1. Oh, that was low. Looked like it was going to go into the net. It did not. Jackie Adair drives it off Weatherford. A nice pass. It's going to be pushed across. Rexroth's there. Duncan, a bump set. Out to Jackie Adair. Dropping short to get it was number 7, Frazee, dug by Duncan. Outside, Jackie Adair again. Tipped that one across and out of bounds. Great thought. Missed it by just about an inch. And McAfee gets her 6th service point, and the Cardinals are 2 points away from a set 1 win.
Man, that tip was so close to the line. Would have been huge for the Bombers.
McAfee serve. Luke Harrinan, Rexroth, Taylor Adair. And that's going to be a kill for Taylor Adair. Her 1st kill. The Bombers get the side out and the points. Madeline McClure checks in. Taylor Adair back to serve for the Bombers. Every serve is key here in rally scoring. Outside, it's going to be Hildebrand with the attack. Rexroth, quick to McClure. Drops it out of bounds. Nobody got a hand on it. The Bombers are saying touch. None of the officials saw it. It's set point on the hitting error for the Cardinals. And to serve is going to be number 14, Claire Long. I did not think anybody touched it from up here.
It was hard to tell. It was definitely close. I couldn't tell looking through the little viewfinder.
Rexroth, McClure again. And the same exact spot, same exact outcome. Another hitting error and a side out or a point for Claire Long, her first, and a set 1 win for the Cardinals, 25-21. So the Bombers tied it at 20, but it was all Cardinals from there, mostly behind the serving of McAfee, and a couple hitting errors by the Cardinals, or by the Bombers, excuse me. We'll be back for set number 2 in just a few minutes. 25-21, set 1 goes to Pleasant Plains.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their healthcare.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
And welcome back to Pleasant Plains High School IHSA Class 2A sectional semifinal between the Macomb High Bombers and Pleasant Plains Cardinals. And yes, Pleasant Plains gets to play a sectional on their home court. That's never a bad thing if you're the home school. And they took advantage in set 1, John picking up a 25-21 win. Oddly enough, that's the same score Southeastern dropped their first set to Decatur Unity.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how those things work like that. And as you mentioned, we are here at the home of the Pleasant Plains Cardinals. You kind of wonder maybe how much of an impact that has playing on your home court. I mean, I assume this is where they practice throughout most of the season. And, of course, Macomb, I believe this would be their first time coming here this year. So, yeah, I wondered maybe that had a little bit of effect. But really, McAfee has done a great job on that Cardinals side. And she's really hitting that cross-court shot well. It seems like not a whole lot of defense in the back row when she gets up to attack, it feels.
Yeah, you mentioned off air the block has not been very successful, at least to this point, for the Bombers, which is a problem right now, it seems like.
It feels like the Cardinals are really they got the whole net to work with, it feels like. And as you mentioned, that cross-court shot from this near sideline to the far sideline, I don't know how many kills they picked up on it during set number 1. I would say it had to be at least 4 or 5.
Yeah, it tells me either the defense isn't lined up behind the block right or the block isn't there where it's supposed to be. And it's leaving a big hole. I will point out that the chair or the up official on the far side, I've been working, quote unquote, working with him the last few days. He's also a Division I volleyball official, and he's been at Western for several of the recent games.
Yeah, that's what you get, the best of the best here in the sectional semifinals.
As we get ready to go here, it should be the Cardinals serving first this time, I believe. And going back to serve will be number 14, Claire Long. 0-0 again. Tim Shelter is watching. I think it's Shelter. I can't read it. From Quincy. Thanks for joining us. Says go Bombers. Back set. And off the block and down a kill for Willow Milkent. Her third kill, and the Cardinals get the first point in this one. Izzy Lynch picks right up where she left off at the end of the first set. Claire Long does. A service error, side out to the Bombers, tied 1-1.
This is the first time this postseason that this Bomber squad has worked in a hole per se, down one set. So we'll see how they can answer here. Got it tied up.
Kylie Robinson in to serve. Pretty good pass, middle on the attack and a kill over the block and down. A kill for Milken again, her 4th, and a side out back to the Cardinals. Duncan. And the attack by McClure is Doug. Nice to see him go right back to her. Milken on the attack. Back row attack coming from Lucanen. Doug in the back row by McAfee. Duncan with a dig on the attack by Weber. Nothing doing. Weber gets the kill, her 1st. And the Cardinals get the point. Back serving now is number 11, Zoe Hiltebrand. That's her 2nd service point. 3-1 Cardinals here in set number 2. Lucanen. Now it's going to be Jackie Adair on the attack into the net, and they're going to call the net violation. Side out to the Bombers. They trail by 1, 3-2. Jackie Adair going back to serve for MHS. Chad Derry, thanks for the score update there. I appreciate it. Mary and Chad both dropping in some scores from Southeastern's game. There's Adair's serve. It's trouble. Weatherford again hustling over, but couldn't make a pass doable. It's a point for the Bombers and Jackie Adair. Not an ace. It's a passing error, but Adair will get the service point, her 4th. We're tied at 3 here early in set number 2. Set number 1 went 25-21 to the Cardinals. Jackie Adair's next serve. Low, hard, dug up, barely. McAfee a bump set. Weber's going to hit it across, and it is barely out. Duncan had no doubt. I had some watching that one go to the back line.
Yeah, that one was really close. It was hard to tell from up here at the angle we're at. I thought it might have been in. Bombers might have got a little bit of a break there, but they got the 1-point lead, and there's an ace.
Jackie Adair gets the ace, her 6th service point, and it's 5-3 Bombers. Suns trailing 12-9 in set number 2. Bombers leading 5-3 here in this one. Trouble for McAfee. Boy, they did a good job of getting it up. Weber sends a free ball across. Rexroth out to Lucanen. Drives it down the line and in. Catherine Lucanen gets her 7th Sports Corner kill, and the Bombers lead 6-3.
You see her give that big high five there to Rexroth. Set it up perfectly for Lucanen. Drives it down the line.
This is deja vu all over again, though. This is about where the Bombers led, and the Cardinals kind of took command mid-stages in set 1. We'll see if the Bombers can fight through this one. And a hitting error by Wilcoxon, and it's a point for the Bombers. Timeout, Cardinals. Taylor Adair gets her 7th service point. Speaking of Taylor, I want to say hi to Kay, who is, I'm sure, watching in the hospital tonight. Our thoughts are with you, as you're one of our more popular and regular watchers when you're not at the game. So hopefully you have a speedy recovery. But to Kay and the entire Adair family, I want to send our well wishes to you. So it's 7-3 Bombers here in set number 2. The Bombers lost set 1, 25-21. And things going right now, at least, better for the Bombers than in set 1. I do want to point out the one photographer that's walking around the gym with the alien outfit on the far side. It is Halloween, and it's you got to have some fun, right?
Yeah, I noticed that earlier. He was up here walking around the track taking some pictures. I don't know if that's maybe company attire or not. But
yeah, somehow I don't think that's the outfit you're given to wear at work.
Probably not, but
it's a good seat, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jackie Adair back to serve it up again. She has served 4 straight. More trouble on the serve receive. It's going to be a bump set near side. Weber on the attack. Pushed across. Robinson comes to get it. Outside Lucanen. Down the line and in. A Sports Corner kill for Catherine Lucanen. She's got 8 of them. It's 8-3 Bombers.
And again, Luke Herron has been having a lot of success on the outside, but the Bombers are going to need some other people to get involved here. We've seen McClure throughout most of the postseason. She's been able to pick up a few kills here and there, so the Bombers got to start working this thing around.
Another service problem, but they dug it up that time. Now Weatherford a bump set, back row attack coming from McAfee, dug by Robinson. Now over to Luke Herron again. This time she's going to tip it across. Weatherford goes over. It's a settable pass at least. That's McAfee. Duncan is there. Rexroth gets to it. That's going to be a free ball bumped across. Weber pushed across. Luke Herron got to it. Rexroth put it across and down. Quinn Rexroth. She's in the front row. She can attack right now. She gets the kill. And another point for the Bombers. They lead 9-3.
This is exactly what the Bombers needed. Kind of found themselves in the same spot, up 4 early on. Set number 1, it was 6-2. This time 7-3. Come out of the timeout, start adding on to the lead.
Jackie Adair, a service error, turns it back over to the Cardinals, down by 5, 9-4. And back into serve is going to be Izzy Lynch, number 17 for the Cardinals.
I was going to say something why Adair was serving there, but I didn't want to jinx it. She really did a nice job picking up a lot of service points there for the Bombers. Cardinals had a tough time handling that. Not able to get very many good passes off.
Tried to tip it across with McClure. Good idea, John. She had a perfect hole there to drop it in, just didn't get it over the net. Lynch is going to get the point on the hitting error.
Yeah, McClure hasn't quite been able to connect so far here tonight. We saw her get blocked earlier on. Of course, the 2 hitting errors late in set number 1, and another one right there.
Outside, Luke Herron, it's blocked. Over the net it goes. McAfee tips it down, and she'll get the kill. McAfee gets her unofficial 6th kill. Point for Izzy Lynch, her 3rd, and here come the Cardinals again, about the same spot. McAfee was the server last time, though. Outside to Lucarenin, drives it down and out. No touch, hitting error. Timeout Bombers. They've got 9-7 on the scoreboard. I thought it was 9-8. Take it back to 9-7. We'll see if they change that on me a little bit later or not. Nick, thanks for joining us here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back in just a couple seconds.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
Welcome back to Pleasant Plains High School as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling is bringing Bombers sports to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. And we are here for IHSA Class 2A Sectional Volleyball. It's 9-7. One timeout called apiece here. Lynch will still be serving for the Cardinals. Duncan, nice pass to Rexroth. Tips it across, it's dug up. Weber, now it's going to be pushed across. Duncan, Robinson, to the net it comes, and it's going to be a passing error and a point for the Cardinals. 9-8. 5 points now for Izzy Lynch. Robinson, Rexroth, out to Lucarenin. Blocked, dug up by McClure. Tipped across by Rexroth. They're going to call a lift. It's probably a good call. We're tied at 9. Bombers cheering section didn't like it, but probably a good call. Lynch has 6 points. We're tied at 9. Duncan. Again, more passing problems. Lucarenin somehow got that across. Going to come outside to McAfee. Down the line and off a diving Stortzum. McAfee gives the Cardinals the lead again. McAfee gets her 7th point, and Lynch gets another service point. Stortzum comes out of the game. Jackie Adair back in.
And we've seen McAfee hit a lot of cross-court shots early on in set number 1. She takes that one right down the line, but it's the same result.
Lucarenin on the attack, drops it short. McAfee gets down underneath it. Another not good set, and it's going to fall thanks to Weber on the block, and it's 11-9 Cardinals. Weber gets the block. 7 straight unofficially for Lynch. Lucanen drops one down. McAfee went to get it. Driving it down and home. The kill for Milkent, her 5th. And it's 12-9. Short. Duncan went to get it. Middle, McClure. Chipped across. Dug up by McAfee. Middle, it goes to Weber. Adair is there. Rexroth out to Lucanen. Weatherford. Oh, they're going to get that across. What a job by Milkett. Now McAfee's going to tip it across. Robinson's there. Outside Lucanen. Dug. It's going to be Weatherford. A bump set to McAfee. Off the block. Dug by Lucanen. Back row Adair. Drives it off Weatherford. Nice dig by her. Now McAfee again drives it. And down off a diving Jackie Adair. And McAfee has her 8th kill. 9th point for Izzy Lynch. And it's 13-9. She started serving down by 5, and she's got a chance to give her team a 5-point lead right here. Robinson, Rexroth out to Lucanen. Off the block and down. Catherine Lucanen stops the bleeding for the Bombers with her 9th kill, side out. Emily Westerhold coming in to serve for the Bombers with her team down by 3 at 13-10. Bombers trailing 19-13. Or excuse me, Suns trailing 19-13. Thank you, Chad. McAfee's going to send one across. It's off the block, but it's going to be bumped down. Weber with the block. That's her 2nd block. Point to the Cardinals. Coming in is number 15, Jordan Butcher, and coming in to serve and set is Addie Frazee, number 7. Her team up by 4 at 14-10. Robinson, Rexroth, Lucanen is blocked by McAfee, and it really looked like to me McAfee might have been in the net, but she's going to get the block there nonetheless, and a point for Frazee, her 2nd. Duncan, Rexroth, Lucanen, out of bounds on the hitting error.
They're actually going to change the call here. They're going to say it was tipped. I'm not sure if it was at the net or in the back row.
That's a huge benefit for the Bombers. Lucanen gets her 10th kill because of it. Quinn Rexroth goes back to serve, and the Bombers down by 4 at 15-11. Lucanen with the dig. Butcher had to attack there. Lucanen, that's touched. That one was touched, wasn't it? Well, I really thought that one was touched, and they're going to say it was not. A hitting error that time. And back to serve will be the libero, number 9, Paige Weatherford. Duncan from one libero to the other. Now it's going to be Lucanen on the attack. And a net violation is called, side out to the Bombers. 16-12. Lucanen going back to serve now for MHS. Dante Drake watching for the Pleasant Plains Cardinals. Down and in. McAfee gets her 9th kill. Side out to the Cardinals. Suns fall 25-18 in set number 2. So their season has come to a conclusion. Adair. Now back to Adair it comes. And she hits that one deep and out.
The hitting air's starting to pile up for the Bombers here. They're going to take a timeout. Find themselves in a hole by 6 here late. Pleasant Plains looking to win this thing in 2. Bombers need to find a way to get the momentum shifted here.
Well, we talked about that in set number 1. They were able to do it. They closed back, tied it at 20-20, then had to serve at 23-21, but lost 25-21. Now the Bombers in a similar situation here. 8 points from their season coming to an end. They're going to have to score 13 to prevent it if they can keep 7 from being scored by the Cardinals at that. So an uphill charge is going to have to come here, John, from the Bombers.
Yeah, and we really don't see the Bombers work from behind very often, but really it's been a lot of McAfee on the Cardinals side, and I think the Bombers need, I kind of mentioned it earlier, they need to start getting some other people involved. You can see the Cardinals are just loading the block on Luke Harronen's side. Forced a couple of hitting errors. They picked up a couple of blocks over there, so got to find a way to get in system and get some of your other players involved. But, I mean, Luke Harronen's done a great job out there, but the Cardinals are really honing in on that.
McClure's had some looks. She's had some hitting errors, and Adair's had some hitting errors, both Taylor and Jackie, so it has been an error fest for the Bombers. They need to reel those back in, just like they did against QD. Taylor Adair on the attack there. Here's a set outside, near side, blocked, dug up, an overpass, knocked back down again. That is Wilcoxon. Now it's going to be Adair. Now to the net, a jousting match is won. Duncan sends it across. Outside, Wilcoxon again. Out of bounds, Luke Harronen. A great job to lay off that one at the last second. It is Dante Drake watching from Charleston, Illinois. Are you an EIU student, Dante? Or are you just watching some high school volleyball? Taylor Adair going back to serve. We do love to know where everybody's watching from, so hop into live chat. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for, Cardinals or Bombers fans. We're equal opportunity here. Here comes a back set pushed across by Jordan Butcher. Taylor Adair, bump set. Jackie Adair, dug up by McAfee. Wilcoxon blocks. Back set McAfee from the back row, dug up by Quinn Rexroth. Taylor Adair into the nets. Kelly Ladd with the hitting error. Side out. Taylor Adair leaves. Ellie Duncan back in. Into serve will be number 14, Claire Long, the other setter. Long serve. Luke Harronen's there. Out to Jackie Adair from Rexroth. Down and in, Jackie Adair with a sports corner kill. Jackie Adair gets her third kill. Kylie Robinson checking back in. I'll say hi to Starman watching from Southern Indiana. Andrea Ratterman watching from Macomb. Thanks for joining us. Weatherford. Bump set's going to come to Wilcoxon. It's into the net. They called a touch, so it's a block by Madeline McClure, her second. Robinson gets just her third service point, and the Bombers starting to try to close back in again. Trinity Strange is watching from Macomb. Thanks for joining us. Robinson serve, dug by Weatherford. Middle, it goes to Weber, off the block of McClure and down. Anna Weber gets her second kill. Side out to the Cardinals, and it's 20-15. Dante Drake says, no, I'm watching from a Springfield graduate. Darren Brown is watching from La Harpe. Go Illini West. They'll be up next in the next stream. And there's Madeline McClure getting a sports corner kill. Her second. Bombers trail 20-16. Jackie Adair back to serve for the Bombers. Weatherford fights over it with Wilcoxon. They were able to get it. McAfee sends a great free ball across. Adair tipped a jousting match at the one by the Bombers. Now Rexroth out to Luke Harronen. Blocked and down. Weber gets another block. That's her third block. And a point for the Cardinals. Chad Derry is watching multiple games from Augusta. We appreciate it, Chad. Lynch back in to serve. Robinson, Rexroth Out to Lucarin, and from outside the 10-foot line, it's dug by Lynch. Long, over to McAfee. Down, dug by Robinson. Outside Lucarin, blocked by Weber again. Rexroth went down to get it. Lucarin drives it through the block this time. It's tipped across. Lucarin hits it again. Long. Now it's going to be Robinson with a one-arm dig. Tipped across by Rexroth. Now it's going to be a back set. Blocked by the Bombers. Now it's going to be Lucarin. Rexroth, middle McClure. Tipped down, dug up by Weatherford. What a dig there. That's going to be a free ball across. Stortsom comes to get it. Rexroth out to Lucarin. It's dug by McAfee. Backside. It's tipped across. Duncan. That's Milken over there. Weatherford to McAfee. Tips it across. Robinson goes to get it. Rexroth. Middle McClure. Pushed across to Weatherford. Long tips it across. Duncan's there. Rexroth out to Lucarin. And it's out. And no touch. He started to call a touch, it looked like, and then called it off.
And that is just such a backbreaker there. We're going to see Duncan come up to the ladder here. She's going to talk to the judge, try to maybe get an overturn on the call. We saw her do this the other night. I think that was the Q&D game, but, man, that's going to be a backbreaker for this Bombers team. A great volley there on both sides, but just not able to come away with it.
Dante Drake, this is a great gymnasium. You're absolutely for sure. It's the first time we've seen it as where Kiera Strange is watching from Macomb as well. And Lynch got the service point after all that. Man, that was a long rally. I almost forgot that she served.
And the judges are going to come together.
I thought there was a touch there, in all honesty, but we're going to talk about it here and see what happens. There is no replay, of course, in high school volleyball. Now, if this was Western, which we've been broadcasting a lot of Western games on ESPN+, if that was the case, they'd go to the table, they'd watch the replay and make a call.
I have a feeling that the call is going to stand here. You know, it's hard to kind of go back on those things. They kind of mentioned the line judge over here, maybe started motioning for a touch, but I think it's going to be no dice on that one.
Yeah, I'm like you. It's pretty hard to overturn that call for sure.
Especially without having replay like you mentioned.
Yeah. So it's going to stay 22-16. Duncan on the serve receive. Outside Lucarin. Blocked and out of bounds. Catherine Lucarin gets her 11th Sports Corner kill. The Bombers are down 22-17. Emily Westerhold in to serve for the Bombers. Long, oh man, that was not a very pretty set, but it didn't get called. Outside Lucarin, tips it across. Lynch is there. Long sets near side McAfee. Little hitch in her giddy up to get to that one. It wasn't quite as quick of a set as she thought it was going to be. Tipped across, and in the net was Weber. Point to the Bombers. Emily Westerhold gets, oddly enough, or amazingly enough, her first service point. 22-18, Bombers down by 4. Cardinals have been playing a fantastic game thus far tonight. They got down early in each set, but they were able to battle back. There's Weber going to push that across. That could have been called a lift as well. Here's Lucarin off the block and dug up. That was almost 3 hits. It's going to be across. Rexroth out to Lucarin again. Drives it through the block and down. Catherine Lucarin, her 12th Sports Corner kill. And the Bombers have closed it to 3 at 22-19. Emily Westerhold gets her second service points. Lynch with the serve receive. Bump set comes to McAfee. She's just going to have to push it across. Robinson was there. Now out to Lucarin, who has just been winding up and drilling the ball of late. That time she took a little something off. She gets her 13th Sports Corner kill, and the Bombers have closed it to 2 at 22-20. This game being brought to you tonight by Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar, Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcast at Sports Corner at 124. All on enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. And Pond Plus. Pond Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repair and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, videos, games, and are located at 324 West Jackson Street, Macomb and Erico. 22-20, Westerhold back to serve again after the timeout by Pleasant Plains. Both teams, or actually Pleasant Plains now, has called 2 timeouts. No, they haven't. They only have, yeah, they called them both, didn't they?
Yes. Yep.
I thought so. They called one early and one late. Lynch again off the serve, trouble, and the Bombers are within 1. Emily Westerhold gets the ace. Bombers have rallied back to trail by just 1 now. Short serve. Long out to McAfee. Down the line and in. Sydney McAfee gets her 10th kill. And it's 23-21. Jordan Butcher back in, and coming in to serve and set is Addie Frazee for the Cardinals. Off of Robinson. Duncan, a chance to get a free ball across. She will. McAfee is there to the net. Middle, Weber down and a kill. Anna Weber gets the points. Her 3rd kill. And it is set and match point. Adair coming back in to replace Stortzum as the Bombers just look for a way to slow things up. The point was for Frazee. She's serving match point right here. Robinson, Adair, Lucanen sends it across. Weatherford, McAfee off the net and in, and fittingly enough, Sydney McAfee gets her 11th kill, and both matches go 25-21 to the Cardinals of Pleasant Plains. They will await the winner of our next match. We'll close out of this one here in a few minutes, and we will be back with the Porta Illini West contest in just a little bit, but we'll stick here for a few minutes. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with some stats. The final from Pleasant Plains, 25-21, 25-21. The Cardinals get a 2-set win over Macomb here in the Class 2A sectional semifinal from Pleasant Plains. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple minutes.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We're now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
And welcome back to Pleasant Plains, Illinois. Pleasant Plains High School, as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has brought Macomb Bomber volleyball to you this year. And unfortunately for the Bomber fans, the season comes to an end in the sectional semi, 25-21, 25-21. They dropped the match to the Pleasant Plains Cardinals. We'll go through some unofficial, of course, completely unofficial stats for the Cardinals. First, we'll save the quote-unquote best for last. How about that? Anna Weber had 3 kills and 3 blocks, including some huge blocks down the stretch there. She was number 4 middle hitter. Addie Frazee, the second setter, had 4 points all in the second set, including set and match point. Paige Weatherford, the libero, had 3 service points, including an ace. Zoe Hildebrand, 3 kills, a block, 2 service points. Willow Milkent had 5 kills. Claire Long, the other setter, had 2 points. Jordan Butcher had 1 block. Izzy Lynch served 9 straight service points in the second set. Her team was down 9-4 when she took over, and they were up 14-10 when she lost the serve. But the player of the game, without a doubt, for the Cardinals, and since they won, she'd probably be the player of the game overall, was Sydney McAfee. I had her for 1 block, 7 service points, including an ace, and she had 11 kills for the Cardinals. The stats a little different for the Bombers. We usually talk, John, about how even and how spread out the hits are for the Bombers, which in turn generally results in sports corner kills being spread out and even as well, but not the case tonight. So for the Bombers, Kylie Robinson had 3 service points, including an ace. Jackie Adair had 1 ace, 9 service points, and 3 kills. Quinn Rexroad had 3 points, including an ace and 1 kill. Taylor Adair had 1 kill. Emily Westerhold had 4 service points, including 1 ace. Those were all late in set number 2. Madeline McClure had 2 blocks and 2 kills for the Bombers. But the leader on the floor, without a doubt, tonight for the Bombers was Catherine Lucarin, the junior. She had 2 service points, but 13 sports corner kills in this one. And, John, I mean, Pleasant Plains allowed the Bombers to get out, but when they responded to the pressure a little bit better than the Bombers did throughout the game.
Yeah, it's really crazy how similar the set 1 and set number 2 were. We saw the Bombers go out to a big lead. Set number 1, it was 4 points. Set number 2, I believe they had it up to 9-4 at one point. But then the Cardinals just came right back into it. They extended, took the lead and then extended it, get up to right around that 20-point mark. The Bombers start to try to make a run, but who else but McAfee there at the end sends a kill down the line, gets all the momentum back on the Cardinal side, and really just closed it out from there. I mean, it is crazy how similar those 2 sets felt.
Yeah, they were almost identical. Just the points where everything started were a little different, but outside of that, very similar. 2 very evenly matched teams. The Bombers' errors really hurt the Bombers tonight.
Yeah.
Hitting errors and ill-placed and ill-timed service errors were a problem for sure.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, is just that placed at ill times. I mean, errors are obviously not good, but when they come in moments where you get that side out, you find yourself in a hole, it's time to try to go on a run, bring things back, and bang, hitting error, service error. Those are the ones that really hurt you. And as you mentioned earlier, Lucarno, what was that, 13 kills on the night? Yeah, I mean, she was doing everything for the Bombers, doing all the heavy lifting. Just no one else could really get anything down, it felt like.
Well, that'll do it here from this broadcast. If Coach Rexroth comes up, we'll put her on at the start of the next one. We'll end this one. I want to say hi to Aaron Von Cannon, who was watching from Bushnell. That'll do it. Bombers end their season in the sectional semifinal against Pleasant Plains. They drop one 25-21, 25-21 to the Cardinals. You've been watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports on TSSR Game Time Live. So for John Burton, I'm Dwayne Hulett. We'll see you again in a few minutes with the Illini West Porta Contest. Thanks for watching.